Food service operations are switching to automated sink systems to tackle the undesirable task of warewashing. This in turn is leading to an increased operational efficiency and an improvement in the bottom line. The Extreme Wash system is custom designed for your Subway store, capable of washing up to 35 bread forms, 12 sheet pans, or 10 Cambro pans in one 10-minute cycle. Although no more difficult than installing a standard 3-compartment sink, the Extreme should be installed by a licensed plumber. Duke offers an installation kit to streamline this install process and cut the overall install time drastically. The system runs off of a standard 120-volt outlet and requires a dedicated 20-amp breaker. For optimal performance, we recommend an 80-gallon electric water heater with mixing valve. The heater tank should be set at 150 degrees Fahrenheit, the mixing valve to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. This maximizes water capacity but reduces the risk of hot water injury within the store. For detailed installation instructions, please refer to the installation and operational manual. Fill the wash tank with 120 degrees hot water to the marked fill line. Fill the rinse tank with tap temperature water to the marked fill line. Fill the sanitized tank to the marked fill line using the dispenser valve above the tank. Once the wash tank is filled, turn the red on-off switch to the on position to place the unit in idle mode. Wash tank chemicals will be added manually. Upon initial startup, add 2 packets of soap. The sanitizer will be added through the dispenser valve above the unit. Chemicals which are low to non-foaming, metal-safe, and non-caustic must be used in the wash and sanitize tanks. It is recommended that SSDC or other Subway-approved low-foaming soaps be used. The Extreme Wash was designed to wash all the wares within the Subway restaurant. However, glassware should not be placed in the system, and sharp objects should never be dropped directly into the wash tank. You should not put towels, aprons, or any other fabric materials into the system. A batch processing flow should be utilized where the wares are washed with like wares within a given cycle. A wall chart has been developed to provide the guidance on the batch processing method, including recommended capacities. The Extreme can handle approximately 10 to 12 1/3 size pans and lids. If you use tape to label the Cambro pans at your store, be sure to pull off the tape prior to placing into the wash tank. This tape could build up over time and impact pump performance. Effective pre-scraping is critical for optimal performance of the system. All wares must be rinsed prior to loading into the wash tank to remove heavy soils and debris. This will improve wash results, reduce chemical cost, and reduce the number of water changes needed during a typical day. After the wash tank is loaded, push the green Start button. This will take the unit out of idle mode and will start the preset wash cycle. When this cycle is complete, the unit will automatically return to idle mode so that the wash tank can be unloaded. The slower water movement in the idle mode will keep proteins and soiled sediments from decontaminating wares during the removal. Remove the items and visually inspect each piece while post-rinsing any loose particles into the wash tank. If not satisfied, repeat the wash cycle process. If satisfied, proceed with the rinse and sanitize steps. Remove the clean wares from the wash tank and dip them into the rinse tank to remove any soap or soil residue. Place the items into the sanitized tank and soak according to the chemical supplier's instructions and in accordance with the local health code. When sanitization is complete, items can be removed and allowed to air dry. The bread forms can be free-floated within the system. Pull off any large debris pieces remaining on the forms and drop into the wash tank. Push the green Start button to start the cycle. When complete, remove the forms and continue with the rinse and sanitize function. A useful way to dry the forms is to compile them into a neat stack, roll them together, and place them in a clean 1/3 size camber pan with false bottom. This allows the forms to drip dry in a sanitary and space-conscious method. The sheet pan rack system is inserted into the wash tank and will drop into place. The 4 notches in the guardrail will allow the rack system to lock into the proper location. The sheet pan should be pre-sprayed to wash off any loose debris before placing into the slots in the rack system. The utensil basket will slide into position and rest across the side of the wash tank. You can drop your various utensils into the basket after a quick pre-spray. After the wash cycle is complete, the utensil basket can be lifted and placed into the rinse and sanitize tanks, and finally placed upon the drain board to make it safe and easy to remove items. When removing the sheet pans, visually inspect to ensure that the wash cycle removed all residue. If there is a slight residue remaining, perform a quick wipe of the pans with a scouring pad. The residue will wipe right off. Then proceed with the rinse and sanitize portion of the process. The cookie liners should be placed in the utensil basket for optimal cleaning. For metal camber pans, simply pre-scrape, wipe the pans in the wash tank, and proceed to rinse and sanitize. These are slightly soiled and do not require a full wash cycle. You should never mix the metal camber pans with the plastic camber pans during a wash cycle. After the pre-spray, the slicer can be hung on the side guard rail of the front of the sink. This makes loading and unloading the slicer safe, easy, and quick. Heat increases the washing and sanitation effectiveness during the cleaning process. Our recommended fill temperature for the wash tank is 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Duke's intelligent heat feature constantly monitors the wash tank temperature and will alert you when the temperature is below optimal conditions. In fact, the system will lock down once the temperature drops to an unacceptable level of 85 degrees Fahrenheit. We are effectively forcing heat without the added cost and energy draw of a heating element. To help maintain heat throughout the day, we've designed the system to utilize the energy generated by the motor pump to heat the water as it's circulated throughout the system. This saves on energy costs and water changes. To remove floating soils, simply fill the wash tank with hot water. The water will rise and begin to cascade over the skimmer on the pre-scrape side. You may assist the process by pushing the water towards the pre-scrape area. Once you have removed the debris, shut off the water and drain the excess water back to the fill marker. You will then need to add an additional packet of soap to the wash tank. Periodically, you should remove the pre-scrap basket and empty into a trash can. This should be performed multiple times a day as needed. Daily maintenance is no different than your current equipment. Wash down the system at the end of the day to ensure all food debris is removed from all the compartments. We recommend you remove the intake grate and remove the debris that may have accumulated. This requires no tools and should only take 5 minutes to complete. The primary intake grate lifts off and the secondary pump protector slides out. Remove all debris from the surrounding areas. Replace the secondary pump protector and slide the primary intake grate back into place. For more detailed instructions, refer to the installation and operation manual. This concludes the training instructions on the Extreme Wash System, developed specifically for Subway. More detailed information can be found on the installation and operational manual.